Coming up on SBU TV, we take another look at lead in Cattaraugus County and find out what Bonaventure fans have to say about not making the NCAA tournament. Hello and welcome to SBU TV. I'm Natalie Kucko.
And I'm Vinnie Bellardini. A similar issue to the one plaguing Flint, Michigan could be happening here in Cattaraugus County. Ryan McDonough has more.
Recently, children in Cattaraugus County have tested for high levels of lead.
You would see that there were a number of children within Cattaraugus County that had blood lead levels between 5 and 9, and then there was still a number that had levels above 10. And so when you averaged all those numbers together, it showed that children in Cattaraugus County, they had levels as high as 9.2, which were higher than the lead levels that they saw in Flint, Michigan.
In this case, the cause is most likely old lead paint that still remains in old homes. Children can test for high levels of lead if chipped old paint makes its way into the body.
Lead paint was illegal after 1978 or so, but homes that were built prior to that probably already have lead paint in them. And it's unfortunate, though, the rehabilitation of these homes have not occurred. You have to abate it. You have to take it all off.
While the investigative test level in New York State is 10, the county is still taking action.
So our nurses have contacted those parents and those families to let them know that we have identified their children who possibly have a lead level that can potentially be hazardous, and that there needs to be some form of action taken by the parent in order to reduce the exposure of the lead in the homes. Quite costly for landlords and for homeowners. However, whatever it takes, we have to get the children out of those type of environment.
For SBU TV, I'm Ryan McDonough.
Children who are tested at ages 1 and 2 for lead poisoning have tested above 0 in Cattaraugus, Erie, Niagara, and Chautauqua counties. At this time, corrosive drinking water is not an issue in western New York like in Flint.
The Bonnies not making the NCAA selection made more than a couple people angry. Brittany Slomba tells you more.
St. Bonaventure students and fans were not happy with being snubbed in the NCAA tournament on Selection Sunday after a leaked bracket. Here are some of the reactions from Bonnie's fans.
Sometimes I wonder if releasing information before the conference games are over about the A-10, who's on first team, who's on second team, who didn't make the team. I wonder how that hinders the emotion of a team that's ready to go into some games like this.
Man, no, it was really sad. I was with a bunch of people watching the selection day, and we were all just deflated.
I was pretty upset about it, but I honestly kind of assumed that they wouldn't be in it just because we're such a small school, and yes, there's a lot of hype and a lot of hope, but compared to SU, they play a lot bigger teams and their wins weighed way more than ours.
They should have tried harder at the end of the game so they didn't have to worry about being selected.
I think, though, one thing that makes it interesting is that by being so-called snubbed, they got more national publicity than they would have by being selected to the tournament. They were the story the morning after and the night of the selections.
All we can say is better luck next year, Bonnies. For SBU TV, I'm Brittany Slomba.
That was definitely not a Super Sunday for Bonnies fans.
The annual Mary A. Hamilton Woman of Promise Award event took place in the Murphy Auditorium at St. Bonaventure on Tuesday.
Her presence is shown through her charismatic perseverance and her belief that smiles, laughter, and a helping hand can change the world.
Dean Pauline Hoffmann is referring to Chernice Miller, this year's award recipient. Students, faculty, and guests filled the auditorium, including University President Sister Margaret Carney and Dr. Mary Hamilton. St. Bonaventure alumna and keynote speaker Deb Henretta shared advice with Miller and other soon-to-be graduates.
The art of being wise is knowing what to overlook.
Miller closed the event asking a favor of the audience.
Everyone here has to promise me one thing. Never, ever, ever let the waters remain stagnant. Be those ripples. Live out your truth and come forth with me into this journey that we call life.
Miller is currently working on a murder mystery film.
Are you feeling hungry? Well, Dakota Ward was until he bought a box of Girl Scout cookies.
Girl Scout cookies, look what they can do. Girl Scout cookies, take the one for you.
Girl Scout cookie sales are in full effect, which means for you to go out and find Girl Scouts that are selling their delicious cookies for $4. You can find cookies near you by going to their website or buy them online with a cookie code from your local Girl Scouts. Madeleine Faircloth is a former Girl Scout, and she reflects on why she sold cookies in the past.
It was always fun to sell enough to win like a prize or something like that.
If you don't have a favorite cookie, SBU students can help with some advice.
I have two favorite Girl Scout cookies. One are All Abouts. They're shortbread with chocolate on the bottom, and lemonades, which are shortbread with lemon on the bottom. They're the best.
Thin Mints, definitely Thin Mints.
My favorite Girl Scout cookies are Thin Mints and Samoas.
My favorite is peanut butter patties.
Make sure to pick up your cookies before they are gone.
Francis isn't the only saint St. Bonaventure University celebrated this week. Jasmine Foster has more.
St. Bonaventure's Campus Activities Board sponsored Irish dancing to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Dancing was a big success last year, and everyone enjoyed it, and everyone participated and had a really good time. So bringing it back this year is kind of like starting a tradition, and it's really nice to get the Olean community involved and get the little dancers to teach like the college students who maybe have never Irish danced before, like a little part of like the heritage. SBU TV's own Jackie Roberts gave Irish dancing a try.
I did a lot. I was definitely in for a surprise. I'm certainly not as coordinated as I thought I once was, but that was quite the reality check.
It was really hard, and it was invigorating to learn, but it was also really, really stressful when you didn't get the steps down. But you just got to keep working at it, and you will get it eventually.
I think bringing whatever sense of St. Patrick's Day to campus is really important for students like me who miss it at home.
For SBU TV, I'm Jasmine Foster.
Wow, what did you think of those moves, Natalie?
Pretty impressive. It's cool to see Jackie out there.
I'm sorry I missed the class.
What does trash and fashion have in common? Brittany Slomba takes you down the runway to find out.
This week, St. Bonaventure hosted the 4th annual Trash and Fashion Show, where students use recycled goods to create runway-ready outfits. Here at the Trash and Fashion Show, St. Bonaventure students walked the runway with outfits made completely out of trash. Sean Conklin describes the event as eco-couture meets eco-awareness.
For Recycle Mania, we'd like to take it up to a little creative level, a little fun level, to show that there are other ways to do recycling initiatives besides just separating, you know, your cans and your papers and your cardboard, that you can reuse things, that you can upcycle them, that you can create these really amazing, involved, creative pieces that are truly like wearable looks of art. And I think that's why it's been this like really successful cornerstone.
What inspired my outfit was really what was available. We had so much extra newspaper at our school, and they gave me a bin and said, you can use this for the trash show.
Conklin added that participation in the show has grown every year and competition has gotten stronger. For SBU TV, I'm Brittany Slomba.
It's amazing what you can make from things that would have otherwise ended up in the trash, right, Vinnie?
That's pretty interesting. I might have to go out to the dumpster and get an outfit myself. Well, that's all for us here in the Coop Lab. I'm Vinnie Bellardini.
And I'm Natalie Kucko. Thanks for watching.